Hey guys, Woody the Unexceptional Gamer. Welcome to Mail Monday, weekly series. It's about your questions and my answers to them. Before I start, funny thing. Today, before Mail Monday, I was thinking to myself, what gameplay am I going to use? Which game should I have in the background? Whereas I used to never think that, but suddenly it's become an option. I chose COD. Watch me clutch this. Here we go. Rape issues, please help. Dear Woody, I'm 18 years old and I'm from Detroit, Michigan. I've been having thoughts of raping females a lot over the past 2 months. Whenever I walk into the store, there's always two 16-year-old girls that walk with me. And whenever we walk in the alley, the thought of raping them almost overwhelms me. Whenever I go to summer school, I see girls everywhere. I go home and I write poems about raping them. Please help me. I don't want to go to jail, and I really need help. I haven't told anybody else because they might look at me like I'm a psycho. I don't really care if this is on Mail Monday. Just hope that you can send me a reply soon. P.S. The music I listen to might influence me. Earl Sweatshirt and Tyler, the Creator. So I've done some research on this, and even in school, I did a little bit of coursework on it. You know, we had psych courses and things like that, and we talked about guys and rape and how they do it, and There's basically two mindsets that happen to guys when they actually commit rape. One, oftentimes in a date rape scenario, they convince themselves that it's not rape, that that she's into it too, even though she's sort of saying not into it, or that she'll quickly change her mind once she discovers the magnificence of your lovemaking, and that it'll be a consensual thing, and they're really just so worked up, they've got their motor running so hard that they lack the self-control to stop. That's one kind of rapist. The other kind is the kind that sees it as a way to have violence against women. That oftentimes there's something going wrong, and they're mad against women in general, and they're looking at a sort of a way to hurt them. Right? It's not even a sexual thing. It's an anger, pain kind of. It's like an intimate mugging. Intimate almost sounds like I'm putting a positive spin on it, but I just read an article called Rape, the Most Intimate of Crimes, and it stuck the word in my head. Anyway, so sometimes when people rape, it is like a passion that ran out of control, and they are hoping that somehow it's consensual, and sometimes when they rape, it's, a very physical, emotional kind of hatred violence attack against women. And what I'm hearing from you almost doesn't sound like either of those things. It sounds like, like you want sex so bad and you're daydreaming about it, and your daydreams just turn to, like a rape fantasy. As much as it sounds like I'm, halfway, condoning these thoughts, I am, and I'm not. Just to be clear, don't get it all twisted. I don't think you're a rapist. I think you're just horny. I think you're an 18-year-old who's all worked up, going 110% in trying to get sex mode, and your thoughts sometimes turn to that. What you need to do is rewire yourself and not have these like harsh punishment kind of rape thoughts, and instead have suave pickup lovemaking thoughts. Instead, you need to be a guy that gets girls to like him, instead of a guy that forces girls to have sex with him. That your head's all twisted, man. You've got it wrong. What you're talking about is not the right thing. And yeah, it's totally possible that you've got a kink as well. That you're just wired and you kind of like this. There are guys that like a rape fantasy. This is a consensual two happy partners type thing, and there are girls that like it too. That might someday become part of your a healthy adult love life, right? That could sometime be a part of who you are. But what you're daydreaming about is not something you can take action on. If you're daydreaming about having sex with these hot girls, I presume, then you're doing it wrong. You need to get your head on straight. You need to start thinking about ways in which you can get girls to like you back, and not ways in that you can take what you want. Go earn it like everybody else does. Be the man that people want to be with. That's your job. It's everybody's job. That's your thing. If I'm wrong on this, and you actually do have, motivations to do this, right? Like you do daydream about hurting women, then you should talk to somebody about it. They're not going to lock you up. They're not. Nobody gets locked up for their thoughts. Everybody gets locked up for their actions. But what they can do is help you work through this. And when I say talk to someone, I'm talking about a counselor, a therapist, a psychologist, a psychiatrist, somebody for real. If you're actually motivated to hurt women out of some sort of hatred place, and you're not just, lusting over the act of sex like every 18-year-old does, if you're coming at this from a negative place, then you got to get real help. You got to talk to somebody and help them rewire your head, get this thing straight. If you were to ever execute on this thing, 2 lives would be ruined irreparably. It would be her life, of course, right? That she'd always be a rape victim, and that would always be in her head, and she would never quite feel the same. That's one part of it. And the other is you would get caught, right? In today's day and age of DNA tests and rape kits, which is a type of test where they grab your hair and any evidence left behind, you'd get busted and you'd go to jail and you'd forever be a rapist, and you'd sign up, and everywhere you lived you'd have to tell all your neighbors that you're a sex offender, and it's a world of trouble that you could easily avoid by being a good person. So anyway, yeah, if you're just doing lust thing and this is maybe your kink, then work on finding someone who wants to do it with you. If you're seriously this messed up in the head, you need to talk to somebody, and you cannot execute on this fantasy because it will ruin everything. I thought I was smarter than this. Dear Woody, I'm 15 years old and I'm a sophomore in high school. I also live in your neighborhood, and I thought handwritten letters would be good, but it seems you only respond to messages. Yeah, I'm terrible. I'm so sorry. It would be nice if you replied if you've ever read them. Point is, I'm in school again, and my grades so far aren't as I expect them to be. I've always done well in math, but right now I'm failing Algebra 2, and I can't be moved to an easier class because my schedule can't be changed. I'm not doing so well in biology and English class. I've always been an A-B student, and this isn't right. What are some ways I can get back on track and focus on my education? I want to attend a good college, and I want to have a good job. Please respond. I don't care if this is on Mail Monday. I'm a big sub of COD and Minecraft. I've been with you for a while, making videos. You're the best. It's high school, right? I feel like in high school, for 99% of the people, it's the effort. That's always what it is, Ask yourself, all right, so you're struggling, right? You didn't get a good grade in Algebra 2. Did you do your homework, right? Did you do every problem on your own? Or, did you copy somebody's homework? Did you do your thing? Are you literally doing all the work that's assigned to you? If that's still the case, it's possible you've got a bad teacher and this is going to be a hard year. It sounds like you are that A-B student, right? You have it in you. In terms of cognitive horsepower, you're a top grades guy. It's just that, right now, for some reason, you're not getting top grades. And why is that, right? It's time for you to do a little introspection, and I can't do it all for you. But usually when the grades drop, something else has changed. An attitude has changed, right? Have you been focused on something outside of school? Have you been putting your effort in? Have you been doing your thing? I don't know. Again, right? I can't answer these things for you. I don't live with you, and I don't know why your grades have dropped. But I bet you do. I bet you do if you ask yourself, if you've really been putting in the kind of effort that it takes to get A's. And, oftentimes the answer to that is no, I haven't really been putting in that kind of effort. But you can now. It's so early in the school year, right? You have time to even pick up this quarter's grades. The school year is just getting started. It's still September. All you did is get a bad grade, and the fact that you care like this is a positive thing. The young version of me didn't care at all, and eventually it made the my adult life harder than it had to be by going to night school forever and such. So back on topic enough about me. Ask yourself if you're doing the work like you're supposed to be doing the work. And if the answer is no, step up your game, focus even when you don't want to. And that working hard when you don't feel like working is what separates successful people from the rest. So this question's a twofer. First, on Friday at school, my girlfriend asked me to send her a video of me masturbating. I said okay, but that I wouldn't text it to her. That if she wanted to see it, I would show it to her in person. I didn't feel comfortable sending a video like that in text because you never know what would happen. Good play, smart. So, on Saturday, my mom tells me that she saw it. She didn't know that I was going to send it to my girlfriend, but when she told me that she saw it, she didn't give me a lesson or anything about it. She just told me that she saw it and created this awkward conversation and awkward feeling in the house. I have talked to her since, but not about that. And whenever we disagree about something, she always brings it, and I don't know why. I think he means brings it up, not brings the actual video. So my question is, how do I get rid of this awkwardness in the house? My second question is, if you happen to see a video of your kids doing that, would you tell them if you had no lesson to give them about it? Personally, I think if I was a parent, it would be one thing that I would not tell them, and I wouldn't have a lesson for them. I don't care about Mail Monday, but a response would be great and nice. Keep up the good work, Woody. Love it. All right, I'll handle the second question first. If I were to see my kids in a video like this, I think that I would tell them about it, but mostly because I would want to warn them about the dangers of a video like this existing. That, to me, is the problem here, right? You have video evidence that apparently you're not guarding too carefully, and you're getting busted, like, pretty much masturbating on video, and that's a problem. You don't know where this is going to go, right? It could. I know you said you weren't going to share it with, you were going to send it around so that you had the only copy, and that's kind of a smart move. But, you're also not guarding it that carefully. What if this thing were to get around high school? How catastrophic would that be for you? Or college? I don't know where you are. But how catastrophic would that be for you if that thing got out? What if it gets on the internet, right? If it gets out at all, it's going to get out on the internet. And now this is something that's next to you forever, right? We've seen in the YouTube community a video like this got out, and he became a very public target for doing something that everybody else does in private. They just went all over him. So that would be the thing that I would want to burn into my kid's head. Get rid of this thing. Stop videotaping yourself doing this. It's the sort of act that can get you into major trouble. And now your first question second. The other part was, how do you get rid of the awkward feeling in the house? I think you just got to stand up and stop letting it be awkward. Stop letting someone have something over you. You know who else masturbates? Your mom masturbates. You know who else does it? Your dad does it. And anyone else in your family does too. It's part of the human condition. For her to have seen this video and now all of a sudden she's treating you weird about it, knock it off, Mom. Knock it off, people. This is something, right? I think I said in a video one time, everybody poops, everybody jerks, everybody picks their nose. It's just a thing that happens. I think you should work harder to keep this as a private act, but you don't have to be completely embarrassed that it exists. Keep your chin up. It's going to pass. It's all good, man.